The Galactic Council's orbital station hummed with the usual controlled chaos of 1,000 species coexisting in uneasy harmony. Dr. Kaya Trent stepped through the main concourse with practiced ease, her worn field jacket marked with the insignia of the Terran Xenobiology Institute. On her shoulder, a creature that made seasoned warriors step back sat perfectly balanced, its 6 amber eyes scanning the crowd with predatory intelligence. Rexa chittered softly, her crystalline claws extending just enough to grip Kaya's jacket without puncturing the fabric. The cub was barely 3 months old by Terran standards, but already the size of a large house cat. Her obsidian scales rippled with bioluminescent patterns, a Korthax apex predator in miniature, deadly even in infancy. "Easy, girl," Kaya murmured, scratching behind the cub's auditory ridge. Rex's tail, barbed and muscular, coiled contentedly around Kaya's arm. A 4-armed Vexellian merchant stumbled backward as they passed, knocking over a display of data crystals. 2 Grethian diplomats pressed themselves against the wall, their breathing apparatus wheezing in panic. Kaya had grown accustomed to such reactions. Humans had a reputation in the galaxy: soft bodies, weak claws, no natural armor. Yet they did things that made no evolutionary sense, like bonding with apex predators. The security checkpoint ahead loomed like a fortress. 3 enforcement officers, a Thurlax heavy worlder built like a walking tank, a slender crystalline whose body refracted light into razor-sharp edges, and a Quellan whose tentacles could snap steel, blocked the passage to the council chambers. Their weapons, though holstered, were clearly visible. The Thurlax stepped forward, his voice a gravelly rumble. "Dr. Trent, biological containment protocol requires all non-sentient organisms to be—" "Rexa is sentient," Kaya interrupted calmly. "She's a juvenile Korthax. Intelligence testing puts her current cognitive development at roughly equivalent to a 5-year-old human child. She'll be smarter than most of this station's population within a standard year." The crystalline officer's facets shifted, reflecting Kaya's image in fragmented kaleidoscope. "That makes it worse, human. Korthax are classified as Class 7 exterminators. Their homeworld is quarantined. How did you even—" "Legal salvage from a crashed research vessel. All documentation is filed with Terran Command and the Xenobiological Ethics Committee." Kaya's hand moved in a slow, deliberate gesture, producing a holographic data pad. "I'm her legal guardian and primary researcher. She goes where I go." Rexa chose that moment to yawn, revealing 3 rows of serrated teeth designed to shear through armored hide. Her jaw could unhinge to swallow prey twice her size. The Quellan's tentacles twitched involuntarily. "Dr. Trent," the Thurlax said, his voice dropping to something almost concerned. "Are they dangerous?" Kaya met his gaze steadily. She'd been asked this question 100 times across a dozen worlds, on stations and settlements, in research facilities and military installations. Always the same fear, the same incomprehension. They looked at Rexa and saw a monster. They looked at Kaya and saw a fool. "Only if you act," she said simply. The silence that followed was profound. The security officers exchanged glances, a conversation in body language that transcended species. "Explain," the crystalline demanded. Kaya gestured to a nearby bench. "May I demonstrate?" Permission granted. She sat down slowly. Rexa immediately hopped from her shoulder to her lap, curling into a ball that seemed impossibly small for a creature that could decapitate a Grethian with one swipe. Kaya's hands moved over the cub's scales in practiced patterns, pressure points that triggered relaxation responses. Korthax are ambush predators with incredibly sophisticated threat assessment capabilities, Kaya explained. They're constantly reading environmental cues, body language, pheromones, electromagnetic fields. Rexa knows when something is prey, when something is threat, and when something is neutral. She looked up at the 3 officers. "Right now, you're registering as threats. Your stance is aggressive. Your weapons are within easy reach. Your biometrics show elevated stress responses. To Rexa, you're predators approaching her territory." The Thurlax's massive hand moved away from his sidearm. "And if we attack?" "Then she'll defend me," Kaya said flatly. A Korthax cub can move at 40 meters per second in short bursts. Her claws can pierce military-grade armor. Her venom, though not fully developed, can paralyze most species. She'll go for vulnerable points, joints, sensory organs, primary arteries. You might kill her eventually, but not before she seriously wounds at least 2 of you. The officer stiffened, but Kaya continued, her voice softening. But if you relax, if you approach as neutrals rather than threats, watch what happens. She nodded to the Quellan. Commander Vresh, you've been the most relaxed this entire time. Come closer. Move slowly. Keep your tentacles loose. Vresh hesitated, then flowed forward with liquid grace. His tentacles hung naturally, non-threatening. He stopped 2 meters away, well outside striking distance. Rexa's eyes tracked him, but her body remained relaxed. No tensing of muscles, no defensive posturing. Closer, Kaya urged. Vresh moved within arm's reach. Rexa chirped, a sound almost melodic, and extended one paw toward him, claws retracted. The Quellan's eye stalks widened in surprise. She's reading you, Kaya explained. Your curiosity, your caution without hostility. To her, you're not prey or threat, you're interesting. Vresh tentatively extended a tentacle tip. Rexa sniffed it delicately, then rubbed her head against it, leaving behind a trace of bioluminescent slime, a scent marker that meant safe. The Thurlax made a sound that might have been a laugh. Humans, you turn killers into companions, it's insane. Is it? Kaya stood, Rexa flowing back to her shoulder with practiced ease. Every species in this galaxy has their guardians, their companions. The Vexellians have their singing serpents. Thurlax bond with stoneborers. Humans just. We see potential where others see danger. We extend trust first and ask questions later. That's suicidal, the crystalline officer observed. Maybe, Kaya admitted. We've been killed by our own companions more times than I can count. Wolves, tigers, bears, venomous reptiles. Our history is full of mistakes. But it's also full of partnerships that changed everything. Dogs that guarded our homes. Horses that carried us across continents. Raptors that hunted beside us. She scratched Rexa under the chin and the cub's purr vibrated through her shoulder. We don't see monsters. We see individuals. Rexa isn't her species. She's herself. And she knows that I'm not her prey. I'm her family. The security checkpoint fell silent. Finally, the Thurlax stepped aside. Council chambers are straight ahead. But Dr. Trent, keep that predator on your shoulder. Some of the delegates won't understand. They never do, Kaya said with a slight smile. But they'll learn. Humans always teach the galaxy something new about coexistence. As she walked through the checkpoint, Rexa chirped happily, her bioluminescent patterns glowing in rhythmic contentment. Behind them, 3 hardened security officers watched with something approaching wonder. The galaxy feared apex predators. Humans befriended them. And in that difference lay something neither prey nor predator could fully understand: the strange, reckless, beautiful insanity of trust.